Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. So coming back with the third little set from this free gift, members free gift from Hunkydory, from the from our gnome to yours. This is the beautiful Let It Snow with the blue gnomes. You've got your little gnome with his snowflake on a stick. You've got the skating gnome, skiing gnome. You've got a load of little skiing gnomes there. Two lovely borders on 4 sentiments and the snowflake. Then you've got, I got the big pack with the inserts. So the inserts, both of them have the skiing gnome on. And then you've got your printed cardstock and the gorgeous snowflake foiled cardstock. And I've just picked out the 2 papers that comes with the insert pack. They're double-sided, so you've sort of got this snowflake pattern, and then you've got the snowfall with the stars. Now I do think I might use this snowfall with the stars on my first card. So let's move that to the top. Actually, which one am I going to use? I think it's going to be that one. So let's put that on the top. Okay, let's put that to the side. I've also brought in a piece of snowfall acetate. So the first card I'm going to do is going to be a cutaway card. So I've got a piece of 6x12 cardstock. And if I bring that arm out there, I'm going to cut this at... Bear with me, computer's doing silly things. There we go, you're back. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm going to cut this at 8 inches, so it will be 8x6. And then I'm going to cut this in half, so there'll be 2x6. And then we're going to have that middle piece missing, so it will show through to the actual insert. Okay, I'll put that out of the way just for a second while I do the scoring on here. So I've got my little scoreboard, and I'm just going to score that at 2 inches. And then what that's going to give me is, that's actually fold it that way, slightly wider that side. It's going to give me that 6x6 card, and then when I piece this back together with the acetate in the middle, we're going to have that lovely window in the middle. Okay, let's bring back our trimmer, and we're going to need some gold cardstock because all the foiling is gold. So the first one I'm going to do is for this back piece, which is going to be 2 notches under the 6 by 2 notches under the 6. Can't pick it up, got their nails. So that should fit quite nicely onto that inside piece. And then this one, I'm going to need 2 pieces that are 2 notches under the 2. So trimmer's moving around. And 2 notches under the 6. And then same again. If you've got any bits there that that you've cut off from other projects, you may have a piece to fit. Doing some crafting sort of yesterday and today, so not much there really. Okay, so next I'm going to bring in the snowfall acetate, and I'm going to cut this at, I'm going to do it at 6, and then I'm going to do that at, I'm going to do it at 4. Don't really need to do it to cover the whole panel. You can do it the whole way, the whole 6x6 if you want to, but I don't. If you do it the whole way like I have done in the past, sometimes you get the bit of acetate poking out the bottom, and sometimes that's not the look you want. So I'm not going to do that today. So I'm going to bring in this piece of the foiled cardstock, and I'm going to cut this at 5 3/4. And then 1 3/4. It's just going to give me that lovely base. And then I'm going to swap then to the papers. Let's say that I was going to use some of these. And the top piece is going to be this one, so 1 3/4. And that's going to be by 5 3/4. I'm just going to check that that is straight, because sometimes just to my eye it looks a little bit wonky. Okay, and then I'm going to pop that out of the way. I'm going to bring in my guillotine, because I am going to use the insert on the inside, because I want it to be like a normal card, but we will just have our large gnome in the background as well. So this just needs to be 5 3/4 squares, or squared even. Okay, so that's our inside. And then if I quickly, just while I'm doing things, I'm going to bring out my topper, and I'm going for this huge one, which is our skiing gnome. Come on. That's him, and I think I want to go for the cool, have a cool yawl, because I think this skiing one is quite cool. So let's pop those to the side, and then we can start with our creating. Okay, so the first thing to do, I think, is to get this acetate secured on. So I'm going to use some red liner tape, and I'm going to put a row. Don't want that to go quite to the edge, so let me just snip that up, just in case that shows over my layers. I'm going to put a piece on there. Oh no, that's the gold. There's my white card, there you are. And I'm going to put a top piece on the top of there. And then if I just put that over, just see. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine, because the other layers are going to hold it in place as well. So I'm going to start by taking that top piece off. And what I might do is I might just use some of these glue dots. It's just going to help us keep that where it needs to be. And I think there is good. And you can see the tape. Oops, tape is quite ugly, so little rub along there. It doesn't matter if it catches the acetate or not, because we can always hide any other gluey bits with our layers. And this is why I'm doing this first, so that all my workings are all going to be hidden. So I'm just lining that up with the bottom, and all I need to do is close that card. You can see we've got very ugly at the minute, but perfectly functional card. Okay, and all the layers that we put on it, they're going to give it strength as well. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so for this gold piece, again I'm going to have to use a little bit of this red liner tape, because it's going onto that acetate. There's another piece there, so let's just pop another piece on there, giving it a good press down. We can pop that out of the way. Okay, but because this top bit is the cardstock, I can come in with my all-purpose glue, my clout all-purpose glue, and she says she can. If we've got a blockage, let's just grab my pin. Yeah, I might have a little blockage there. To be fair, I did leave it in between projects yesterday, so Okay, so I'm going to take the whole bit off. I know, being a bit brave. But what I want to do is just line this up where I want this to be. Remembering I've got that all-purpose glue at the top, so that is going to allow me to move it around if I keep that bit on there until I get that into place where I want that to be. And then again with this other bit there, again with my tacky glue, and it will stick to the acetate. Let's grab the ends, put that down. Sorry, you might see my head just a little bit. Okay, and that is our layers on. You can see already that's beginning to strengthen up. So let's come with our inside. So now I'm going to also bring in the cloud tacky glue, and I will have to use that dotty tape pen again because the insert is paper, not card. So Henry's having a little work. He's been a bit too clever for his own good today, because I bought him last week a pack of 8 balls from Amazon, and they're not brilliant because he's broken them within about 10 minutes of having them, which is quite good actually for a ball with him because he has such a hard bite. You see, I just put the dotty tape pen on the corners just to hold that in position. But yeah, I only wanted to give him one a day, and they're in like a little bag, and I keep hiding the bag and he keeps finding it, so then I have to give him one because he's just sat like a little, you know, like if you see those drugs detector dogs at the we watch it on the TV, but at the airport, and they sit and they point. That's what he does. And then if you don't give him the attention, if you don't show him that you've seen what he's, you know, what he wants, he will then just randomly bark until he gets what he wants. He's a spoiled little brat, really. So he's had 2 balls today. He had 2 balls yesterday as well, because I ordered one from AliExpress. And it came with something else I'd ordered. Not crafty stuff, something for my sister. And yeah, I'm going to do it with the darker side. So again, just put in all-purpose glue in the middle, a little bit of this dotty tape pen on the edges. Oops. Oh, messy. And then we're just going to pop that into position. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so we've got our little gnome popping through. So yeah, and I've hidden it again now. I put it in the kitchen because I thought maybe there's more like different smells in there, whereas in the living room there's not so many smells, like with the cooking and stuff, you know. So I'm hoping he'll only find them when I want to give him one now. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking of doing. We could go over a little bit because we've got that tree there from the behind, which is quite nice. I'm not going to do that one, so let's put that out of the way. Okay, so now we need some foam pads. So let me pop you off. I will go in the centre. I think we'll go more over to the centre, but what I'm going to do, just going to make it easy for myself, just rather than popping it on there and doing it, because those will be hidden, those little lines. And these are the 1mm pads from Fix It. I've just gone over that line already. No, I haven't. Honestly, sometimes I annoy myself so much. smaller pieces just to get it around that tighter curve. I'm going to have to trim this down a little bit. So put that one onto there. Onto there. I'm putting quite a few on because I really do want there to be a decent amount of support on there. These again are the same ones, but they've already been chopped up a little bit. And if you've got the Hunkydory strips, you'll find that these go around the corners a lot better than these. And if you are struggling to get them to go around the corner, then take both sides of the cover off, and you'll find that they do, because it's just then one strip of foam, it will go around really easily into whatever shape you want it to. Okay, so I am going to put some clout or tacky glue on the back of these, just to give us that little bit of wiggle room, just in case my first placing isn't quite straight. Nearly there. And the reason why I've only put the pads at the top, left this here, is because from the back all you're going to see is a piece of white card, which is much better than seeing gluey bits, if you know what I mean. So it will look tidier. Obviously there's no way to hide it all together because it is see-through, and you know, there's always going to be something, even if it's just white card. Okay, let's pop you on about there. Now this one is the tricky one. I think what I'm going to do with this one, we could possibly, let's see, yeah, I think what we'll do is, because that's going to cover pretty much all of these pieces over the middle, what I'm going to do is put my pads over the middle, and I'm going to go 1mm again, just so it's just that tiny bit higher again. So if I try to put them on the back, there's no way I get them in the right place. And I say that because I probably have done that in the past and made life a little bit harder for myself. There we go. So one more on there. Don't know where that went. Back of the table, I think. And then I think what I'll do with that sentiment is come up a little bit higher. Oh, that's gone flying as well. Here we go. Pretty sure they should be okay. Maybe a little bit more. Less on each side, so luckily these are not stuck down hard. Take a little bit off there and a little bit off there, and then we should be fine. Much better. A little bit more there, I think. There we go. Pretty fine line between getting it right and not putting too many on. Now if you wanted to, what you could do is pop a sentiment on the other side. So, you know, let's say I've got a little spare one here. Well, it's not a sentiment actually, it's a little decal. So this is a feather, but what you could do is pop that underneath and then put your pad on there and then put that on top, and then you would be sure you'd have that extra support in the middle as well, and it wouldn't be seen, it'd be decorated on the other side. But I'm going to keep this quite nice and clean. You can see I hadn't pressed them down quite hard enough because that one was coming up. Okay, so tacky glue again. There we go. And then we'll have our little intrepid skier coming across the middle. And this one we said we're going to go with 2mm foam pads. So what I need to do is grab some of those. Put them onto there. I will cut one up for the middle, and then I want 2 little bits just on the end. You see my hands are not working very well today. It's just going to give it a little bit of support on the other side of that border there. So let's peel these off. A bit of tacky glue again. I've got a little bit of an edge there, let me just trim that. Pop him in, come on now, let's play nicely. There we go. That's going across there. Could have been a little straighter. We'll go with that. Okay, so then gems. Just pop. Just hold that for a second while I'm looking for the gems. So I think I'm going to go either with some gold ones or with these shimmer ones. So the gold ones are probably going to look nicer. Let's get some tacky glue. So I'm just going to go 2 on this side. With these 2 the same size, 2 smaller ones. It's still coming up, isn't it? Let's pop. May hold it down just for a minute while it sets. Do 3 on that side. And if you haven't got any gems, you might have some Nouveau drops, something like that. If you've got a steady hand. Just spread those just a little bit. Those away. Now if you wanted to add some more to it, you can always come in with some glitter on here or even on the inside. I'm not going to be able to open it because I've got a clip on, or even on these little snowflakes up here. Sorry, it's just squidged itself over a little bit. But that is our card number 1 with our little cutaway. So I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for the second card I'm bringing in another piece of 6x12, and I thought for this one I'd do a gatefold. a proper gatefold. So I'm going to score at 3, and then just because I've got the smaller board, I'm going to turn around and rotate that and score at 3 again, and then that's going to give us a piece that's 6 in the middle and 3 little panels, or 3-inch panels should I say, not 3 little panels, because that would be some kind of weird folding with 2 folds. Okay, so that is the gatefoldness of our card. Now I'm not doing the slide-in enclosure like I showed one time before, not so very long ago. I'm just doing a normal gatefold card that will fit in a 6x6 envelope. So let's bring in the trimmer. Again, I'm going to need 2 pieces of gold mirror card because I need to decorate the inside, which I'm going to do with the insert again like I did on the last card. So I'm going to take this at 2 notches under the 6 and 2 notches under the 6, and then for the tops I need 2 pieces of 3x6. So just turn that over so it's not glaring at you. I'm going to go 2 notches under the 3 by 2 notches under the 6. I'm going to repeat that. So 2 notches under the 3. You've got a nice thin strip there if you wanted a border for something, or even your ribbon would go quite nicely. The skinny ribbon would go quite nicely along there. I'm going to throw that away. And then for my front, I'm going to use this piece that we cut the bit off last time. So this needs to be 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. And I'm keeping that foiled bit at the top, so just be careful which way you cut if you want that foiled bit to be on. And again, 2 3/4. Again, a nice thin border. Could add just that little bit of detail, and then 5 3/4. And I'm going to bring up my guillotine again for the insert. Just find it cuts better on the guillotine, and to be honest, it just means that I'm using this guillotine a lot more. It's not like a bit of equipment in the corner, it gets used, so it validates me having both, even though I didn't buy this one. This is Mum's little cutter. Okay, so we should have enough to get started. What I'm going to do is pop out this huge circle, and I am carefully, use my knife, going to cut out both of these ribbons, borders. I might use those as well, I'm not sure, I might not do, but I might do. So we just have those just in case, and then I think we'll go with the circle Sentinel of Let It Snow. So let's pop those two just aside there, and we can come in and start with our decorating. What I'm going to do is just finish those edges down. Again, just seem a bit puffy. So when you're putting the inside in on a gatefold card, the thing you have to just be a little bit mindful of is that you're not putting any of the sort of scores or the workings of the card. So we want that to go in the middle. And make sure that your creases are still working. Okay, because if you go a little bit too far over, what you'll find is that the card doesn't fold nicely. So this again is the paper. So I'm just going to pop some dots in each corner, and then my all-purpose all over the middle. And because this is going to be the insert, and I didn't do it on the previous card, but I should have done, I'm just going to make sure I give that a good press down so that there's no sort of little blobs of that glue, because this dries solid It's one of the reasons why I do like it, is that it makes the card stronger, because it does dry so solid. But if it dries with a little lump under there, not sure what that is there, but if it dries with a little lump under there, if somebody tries to write on it, it's going to be not a pleasant writing experience, if you know what I mean. It's going to be like trying to write on top of something hard. It's not nice. Okay, so again, we'll just go back to our my normal way of gluing things with both the glues. Tacky glue in the corner. I'm going to come in with this one next. And I'm going to have the foiled snowflakes at the top sort of falling down. She says that and then nearly puts it on upside down. What a silly Billy. Okay, give that a good press down. Yep, happy with that. We can move on to the next one. And again, a little bit of glue on the corners. I guess you guys in America are getting ready for Stamptember now, aren't you? So I think that happens every year. It definitely happened last year. I think it's Simon Says Stamp that sort of triggers it, but I think a lot of the companies over there seem to get involved with it, which is really cool. You have Stampcember and Dicember, is it? For dies in December, which is it's cool. I like it because you get quite a lot of videos, don't you? All the different people with the different products, so especially like the Tim Holtz stuff. I haven't really bought much of Tim Holtz. I think I've got a couple of little bits that I've had for a while, nothing recent. But last year I think they had a free gift of a penguin die, and the penguin die is quite similar. The Tim Holtz one is quite similar to the Simon Hurley trio penguins, which are super cute. That has just come out from Spellbinders. I really like them. Okay, so let's pop all of our little layers out. I don't think I'm going to use that inner circle. I'm kind of thinking something along those lines, although we could come over to the side. Let's have a look at our little borders. Could have that going down, could have that going across. Let's have a look at this little Ricky Rack sort of shape one, wavy one. See, that in itself could be a border. So we could have that going across. Obviously we trim it. We could have them going over. I could just use bits of it and not have the bits in the middle. Or I could have that there and then pop that onto there, which I quite like for a different look sometimes. Or we could chop that in half, have that coming across. I still want that going across the middle though. That takes away my lines if I do that. Let's see, I'm kind of liking this idea now. Okay, let's pop those to the side. Let's bring back my trimmer. And let's see how big this circle is. So it is, well, so that's on the cut line that side. So we're looking at 4 1/4 plus 2. So half of 4 1/4, half of 4 is 2. And then half of 1/4 is another 2. So it's going to be 3 notches. So it's going to be 2 and 3 notches. And that should be exactly half. if I can pick them up. It's probably not going to be because my maths, oh no, look, oh, look at that. Pretty much dead on. So let me just take that round, and if I grab my scissors, I'm going to take that a little bit off. So couldn't really get any closer if I tried. So let's bring this back in, and then what I should be able to do is if I pop this onto my mat and then decide a point where I want that to go. So if I say from that 5-inch, so we've still got the detail of the snowflakes, so I'm liking that. So I'm just going to use a little bit of tacky glue. I'm doing this bit flat, stand up, and like I say, we're going at the 5-inch mark. Come on now. There we go. And then the same on this one. I'm not flooding it with glue because I don't want that to splurge out. But again, we're looking at around about that 5-inch mark. There we go. Now we've got that nice and even. And then this is going to come in the middle. And I'm going to just do that bit by eye. And I'm only doing it at 1 millimetre, so I'll pop that there. I can then pop another piece there. Another piece, maybe like so. So just trying to keep as much contact with the actual gluey parts as I can. So I can drop that in half, so just putting plenty on there really. Okay, so I was hoping it was going to go on that side, but we'll put it on upside down, so check which side, but it doesn't matter. It will look equally nice on both. Just means I'll do the sentiment on the left. So again, just giving this a good press down. Tacky glue, nice amount of tacky glue. I can pop them in. And straight from there, so that's how he is going to open up. Now I did have a sentiment which I have moved now. Eek. Since I lost the sentiment yesterday and haven't found it yet. Oh, I see it now. So we've got that one. I've just seen there's this little round snowflake one as well. So I'll bring that out. Okay, so we could have one there and one there, I think, and then we will put some gold gems along there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 snowflakes, and I might do some other little gems, but let's see. So yeah, I think we're happy with that. So I'm just going to go with these 1 millimetre pads again. Again, just chopping into them as I need them. That's why I bought the bigger size. Glue. And I'm going to go like so. cross off all of these. Just see there is an edge of one just there. Let's get rid of that. With the tacky glue, put it around the right way, and then we've got our Let It Snow going around it in that arc, which I like. Now we could go with gold. I think the blue ones will be too blue, they won't show up. I don't think red would be very well on there. We have got those other gold ones, which I prefer the shiny. We'll go with the shiny. Right. Some of these out. See, there'll be some smaller ones in there. You can see the little hydrants at the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Should be good. So let's turn this around the other way. Just going to put a little dot in those 4 to start with. Let's grab me picky up tool. That's the smallest one. Slightly bigger. That's another slightly bigger one. There we go, and then 2 more. Now this diddy one to go on there, this big one to go on there. Come on now, get into place, that's it. And then I'm feeling like it needs something. Let's have a little think. About, I don't know if I've got any tiny, really small ones in here. Let's see. A little bit too big. I know what we could do. Let's go with something. So I'm going to rustle just when I grab my little pots of sparkle gems. These are not really crafting gems, but they are nail gems. Okay, so I've got these sort of clear crystally ones. Oh yeah, so how many we've got there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Maybe 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to jazz up this a little bit if I can get some glue to come out. Come on now. Trouble with this glue blocking up is that the nozzle is so small, I really can't get the pin in very well. Okay, let's try that again. Nope. Let's try one more time. If not, I'll try swapping to the other one. It did feel like it went in a bit further, so here we go. Bingo. Bingo was his name-o. So let's just pop a little bit on here, here and here. And I don't get this pot out very much because it's all just these really tiny ones, so but they're perfect for these little snowflakes. Okay, so one to go on there as well. One on there, is it? That's not gone a bit weird. No, it's just the one. It just looks very strange to me for some reason. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go 7 right on that edge there. One, 2, and then last one. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That feels a bit more finished to me. Okay, so slightly longer video today, so apologies for that, but that is that second card. Let's bring that first one back in, and you can see that did stick down in the end. That's it for today. So next time, coming back with the last sheet on this one, which is the red ones, which are super cute with little cute glasses and things. After that, I think I might come back with the book, because I'm thinking maybe about doing like a little project card with the book, and I think that would work well with it. So that is the way things are lining up at the moment. But thank you so much for watching. As always, like I say, I always say it a lot because I really do mean it. Thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. But until next time, happy crafting. Bye.